And she's smiling now. Picturing this again. Everybody waving.
Yeah, hand in pocket.
Second thought, forget it.
No, spare us.
Why?
That guy in the hat with the long hair.
That's Uncle Alan with hair.
shipyard in October of 1944. He decided it was time to move, in October of 1944, he decided it was time to move to Southern California. He was a journeyman pipe fitter, and they were getting paid much better in LA. Daddy and his best friend Clary made the move. This proved to be a good move. Thank you. Because that's when he met Mama. He and Clary went to a Saturday night dance at the church. Does that sound familiar? And during a change partner dance, the whistle blew, and Daddy said, I found myself looking into the eyes of the most beautiful and fascinating person I had ever seen. It seemed like I had always known her. It was a Baptist whistle, and someone blew it again, and we changed partners. I saw her, she danced away with someone else. I couldn't get her off my mind. I saw her walking down Main Street in downtown LA a few days later. I spoke to her, but she did not recognize me. She just put up her nose in the air and walked away. Now, we decided this must have made a big impression on Daddy because he even wrote a poem about that. And it's entitled Geneva. I saw you walking down the street one cold and blustery day. The wind was blowing round your feet as you hastened on your way. I saw a smile upon your face, though the day was cold and drear, and my heart began to race as you were drawing near. I wanted so to meet you as I saw you pass me by. But what's one like me to do? I'm so very shy. I know you didn't know me as you passed along your way, and the wind was blowing round your feet as it does most every day. I hope someday that smile will play upon your face for me, and I can take you by the hand and lead you to eternity. In April of 1945, Daddy got a second chance. He and Clary were invited to a Sunday school party. He says, when we arrived, I looked around, but I couldn't see her. I was very disappointed. About 45 minutes later, she arrived there with two other girls. By the time the party had ended, I asked her if I could take her home, and she consented. I found out her name was Geneva Swallow from Fillmore, Utah. One of the girls with her was her sister, and the other was another girl from Fillmore. Now, Clary had a girlfriend by this time, and she was also from Fillmore. Can't quite figure out how all those Fillmore girls ended up in LA at the same time. Well, her name was Wanda, and she had been bugging Daddy to go on a blind date. He said he'd been burned by a few blind dates, so he wasn't having any part of it. Well, a few days after this party, he was sitting with Mom at church, and Wanda walked up to him and said, hey, Jerry, do you remember that blind date I was trying to get you to go on? Well, Geneva was the girl. I'm trying to find my place here. Mom and Dad dated for several months, and then they decided to get married. Wanda and Clary also decided to get married, and they asked Mom and Dad if they could go with them to the Salt Lake Temple and get married. And so that's what they did, all on the same day. Daddy tells of a day when he and Mom were driving down the street, and Mom began to yell, stop, 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 stop. Dad stopped the car, and Mom jumped out, and she went running towards this woman who was walking down the street with a bag of groceries. It was a paper bag, and it was raining really hard. And the bag was falling apart, and just as Mom got to her, the bag exploded, and the groceries went rolling down the street and down the sidewalk. Mom became very distressed and began to cry with the woman as she helped her pick up all of her groceries. They loaded her and her groceries into the car, and they drove her home. Now, this was very typical of our mother. She is always there when someone needs anything, and she's always the first person to offer help. Now, shortly after they were married, and I'm not quite sure how long after, but Dad opened up a barber shop. He and Clary had gone to barber school together, and they opened up a shop together. And Mom made all of the towels, and she made all of their smocks, and she even washed them all by hand on a washboard. And I guess one of the highlights was when they finally went in and bought a wringer washer. That was real exciting for them. Mom has always been very creative. We've been told that their outhouse in Draper was one of the prettiest ones in town because it actually had wallpaper on the inside. And if anything ever needed to be done, she would figure out how to do it. They didn't have a chimney in their little house that they lived in. So her and her sister built their chimney. Of course, they didn't wear gloves, so they burnt their hands on the lye, but chimney worked. Some of our earliest memories include Mom giving us girls a new perm lip every 6 months. Mom thought it was okay that we had pets at home, but we were never allowed to bring them in the house. Now this is going to tell you something about our dad. He would always figure out a way to get the dog in the house, play with her a little bit, teach her a few tricks, and then shoo her out the back door before Mom got home. But Mom always knew that the dog had been in the house. We figured that when we did things wrong and Mom knew about it, we figured it's because she'd had so much practice with Daddy because he was so mischievous. The thing we all agree made the most impression on us was the music that we always had in our home. Daddy was always making up a new song on the piano. And I think Daddy sang to us in self-preservation most of the time. Our grandparents lived, 3-4 hours away. It seemed like it was 40 days, but they lived quite a ways away. And whenever we would go in the car, we'd load all 8 of us into a 4-door sedan, and we'd head down the road. And the first thing we'd do is Dad would start singing. And we sang all kinds of songs. And that was because he didn't want to hear, "Are we there yet?" To this day, when we go on a trip with Daddy, he'll teach us a new song. I don't know where they come from, but he's still teaching new songs. Now, we don't know how many of these are Gerald Fitzgerald originals or how many of them are actual songs. Now, on those trips when Mom and Dad thought we were all asleep, then they would sing together. Mom always sang alto and Dad sang tenor, and they blended really nice together. And they would sing such songs as "When It's Springtime in the Rockies" and "Whispering Hope." Well, for part of our program, we have asked our children to sing some of Grandpa's songs for you. So we need all the grandchildren up here, please. even though we can't sing, we're going to sing you guys a song too. And this one is also entitled Geneva.
I love my Geneva, oh I love her so. I loved you, my darling, since long, long ago. I gave you my heart, you gave me your hand, and down through the years, it surely can grand. We had our time in days that are past. These are the things that make our love last. But darling, I know that I am mine and true. Forever and ever, I'll be there with you.
He saved the last of that song, and we didn't know it till we found this copy. Anyway, that's our program. It's a little bit about our parents, and thank you all for coming. Song on it, and we'd like to play that for you.
bought my Christmas decoration down. I was trying to tell my grandkids about how I said, oh, so sweet, the girls all sat around and made these little squares. Remember, it pushed a baby in the rain, put them all out, and it's up on my wall every year. It's up on my wall, and I said, butterflies in the round dome. I said, it's still out in my bedroom every day. I said, well,
You must know I'm sincere. I must know that you'll always be near.
Charlie never had nothing on you, did he?
I told him he's got to get up and sing again. He said, no, no, no. They're faster than you now, Mother. You're not going to work for you. I know Marie. Yeah.
Well, second.
Okay. I'm sorry. Where you're going? I got one too. Slow down, you're exhausted. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I know where they are. I found them. Come here. Walk with me. There's Grandpa and the Grandma's over there. Did you hear me? Loud and clear. Do that side. Come. I want to go see Papa.
Sorry, I just asked you.
Where is it? Brandon.
1, 2.
Yeah.
1, 2.
So, see what happens.
Hi. Hi, how are you? Justin's in there, look.
Yeah, Mom's had it. When did it come up?
Oh, there's Vicky. Oh, Vicky.
Say hi, people.
That's okay, Vicky. That's okay. We love you too, honey.
Hi. Can I take a picture? No. Where's the microphone? Come on, let's do something. I know. I did.
Hey, are you like...
Hello. 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 Wait. Keep the eye on.
Yes. Justin.
Well, for a little thing, you women went all out, you girls, you men, everybody went all out.
I know.
Daisy, yeah. He left right after the program.
Are you talking to me?
Let's go on this side now.
I keep hitting your foot, Vicky.
I know. She's waiting for you. She's waiting for you.
It's not even on.
It's not even on.
Yeah, it is.
Get lots of it. Go
Oh, look at that profile.
Look, here's Vicky.
Record her for like 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours with Vicky.
Was
Hey,
you
I don't
early?
think it's on.
On tape?
Is the battery dead?
I don't know. Look and see if it's on.
There's no red light to tell you.
It's on. I see a little REC below it, so.
Beat me up again.
Tape movie.
Hey, we'll play that tape again.
No, that's okay. The rest of the girls are going to get there. They're going to be
So
sorry.
how's it going, Richard?
What's going on here?
Richard,
Grandma, hit. Go ahead, hit him.
Grandma.
Wait. In the air trick.
When you know those boys. Come here, Richard.
We're going here. Oh, we can do that.
Go.
Sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, while I was sleeping, I did not have to read my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Go run right into it. Go get it. Yeah.